Yeah, this is one of those days I should have gone live at the open. Just so, a couple things. As you guys all know, I always, as my foundation, have my GAN levels up. And over the weekend, I was working on, well, I was backtesting. That's usually what I do on weekends, always backtesting new indicators. And anyway, let's see if I can turn this on. So yeah, I'm always backtesting, seeing what I can work on, practice. Because at the end of the day, right, we need to find things we can trust when we are live. So yeah, this REAPER is pretty cool. This is the published one for members. Doesn't have as many signals. You know, according to AI in the 17-year backtest, it had a 55% win rate, and you can see in large, it does pretty well. I mean, you can see obviously on a choppy day when it's just really, bouncing off a certain level like it did on Friday, just hitting the 17, or I guess you call it 17 level, just over and over again. It does, okay, catching along right into this again. You can see this one is a loser, but then ultimately when price just kind of gave up going above 917, it did a decent job of getting you into some scalps down here. And then of course this one was a loser. Not too bad. Pretty much all the longs at the end of the day, and typically when price cannot break through again, I'm not looking to enter long unless it bounces off to lower again. Typically, anything can change because anything can happen anytime. But in principle, if it stays below 915, then I'm looking to, stay. And then you can see Sunday, the Reaper did, as the typical, Asia. It didn't do as well. Basically, this one is okay. I mean, well, if you play it back, you can see if you're could you scalp much out of that? I don't know if you could have scalped too much out of that. I think they're just losers. So we play it back. So we enter a short. See how much room we have. So yeah, you're up, 150, and then it just bounced. It didn't even get down. And as a GAN trader, you had room to. I wouldn't say it's the best risk reward. I mean, for GAN trading, you like it to go GAN to GAN, and again, also time of day isn't great either. But you can see how it's bouncing. Kind of makes this a double. Ooh, let's see it flash down. It's just pretty quick. So yeah, look at you're all of a sudden you're down, X amount, right? And yeah, again, Asia, you don't expect too much as far as a trend play. And as it's coming up, if you enter another short, and then that one gets destroyed too. So now you're down over 1,000. And then, sorry, so then this probably goes long here, I think. So, but this indicator actually is meant more for the, during the day, not Asia. I'd say London and New York. But anyway, so either case, I'm always looking to see that. Of course, we all know what happens here is it just is in the money a little bit, and then ouch. Okay, so then got to flip short. So now you're down way too much for a small account, and you're able to make some of it back here, maybe a little bit. Yeah, so you might at this point you're close to break even, and as again too, you are kind of hoping it gets down to the scan level. Typically, if I'm losing, I take off. But so let's see here. It might end up going all the way down again. It might. I forgot. So I could have scalped a little bit more out of it, maybe. Maybe it does go down to that again. Okay, so the Reaper actually, look at that. It does get down to the GAN level. I forgot about that. Either way. So, and I guess I should have taken that. I was too busy. But either case, so that one was a winner, and this one's doing pretty well, actually. Now you're below the GAN. And call another Reaper short. Look at it. Yeah, I forgot that the market actually did break through the GAN level. So it does kind of getting into almost midnight area. So yeah, let's just curious if we take this short here. How does it do? Not too bad actually. I mean, that's definitely would be looking to scalp out half or more. That's not doing too bad. For sure, scalping off half, if not more. See, around midnight, you're doing pretty well. Actually, 1 o'clock in the morning. Get another Reaper short. And so, yeah, likely, if it comes all the way that far, I'm definitely going to lock in profit. Ooh, a long. Okay, so we have a long 2:20 in the morning, which I doubt many of you are up. I wouldn't be, hopefully. And we're getting closer. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So that long is doing pretty well there. So again, a lot of times, if you're breaking through again, I'm looking definitely to be scalping. For sure, break even, taking half off. And it's holding up that GAN level pretty well. Yeah, so these Reaper singles are pretty good. Yeah, again, over 17 years, it was very profitable. I don't always trust AIs as much as I never should have trusted it too much. But the way I backtest, I'm just now it's actually doing like short. So we're getting close. So it's actually, ooh, shoot, I need to get long here. So took a little bit of a hit there on that short. And then we already know how the rest of the day goes, pretty much as we get closer to the New York. But we're not quite. We're still a good hour and a half away from the New York cash open. Just seeing how it's going to do. So look at that, it came right back to. And yeah, we're getting closer to the open, and then we know it just goes straight up. A nice bull run Monday. There wasn't. I mean, look at that. Yeah, just straight up, right market open, right, just beautiful. Right through the GAN to GAN. So ideally, if you're a GAN trader, maybe you didn't catch the open per se. So you can see how the Reaper does pretty well. It didn't even have you sell at all. That's pretty cool. I don't know if there's any Reaper sells. We'll see. I forgot. And I honestly, by the end of the day here, look at this. Look at that. Reaper long right at the GAN. Oh, beautiful. That was a beautiful. That's probably maybe my favorite one, because sometimes the open can be tricky. God, that was beautiful. Yeah, so not too bad. We'll close it out. Pause this, and that's a lot to ask. You're going to make $5,000, on 5 mini contracts, or sorry, 5 micro contracts. Excuse me. So the other one I like a lot too. I like these two Reaper ones a lot. Again, this one's published for everyone to test. This is a slightly different version of it. Just has a little more signals, a little more aggressive. That's why I didn't really publish it. I do have two other ones that are similar to the Reaper. They're just more traditional in some approaches. And so I was going to be kind of curious on, I think it's about the same, just a matter of how it looks. I mean, geez, it's just really good. I mean, so if you're looking last night, very clean action. I mean, geez. Let me do what I want to do. You went too far back. I want to go back to just show even at the, right when Asia opened up last night. So it's coming down, right? Yeah, missed the short right at the open, Asia open. Oh, because it's a little late. So we're in a little late here, but just in principle, say it catches that long there. Again, you'd be scalping off half if you can get a break above this GAN level. So definitely you'd be taking half off, right? And moving to break even, so locking in profits. And as it comes up, this is beautiful here. So is it? I mean, look at that. You've locked in over half that. Okay, so look, I'm going to get in late here. So I'm going to switch it. And you would have had more than that amount. So look at this thing. So it's coming down. Just really good signals. I might have to publish this one pretty soon. So relative to the group, yeah, there's still a lot of good stuff. So as we already kind of know what happens, just kind of cool to see how it plays out. And you definitely need to put this in Colab as well and see how it does. So look at that, you're up on 5 contracts, you're almost up 1,800. I mean, look at that, GAN to GAN overnight. I mean, just unbelievable. I love how it's not fighting anything. It's not trying to pick the bottoms of anything. I just hate indicators that don't trend very well and I hate when it tries to pick the bottom. So now we're going back along. So now where you kind of know what happens, but it's kind of cool to see this play out. Fighting the scan level a little bit. I do like this. Oh, shoot, I need to go short. As we all know, probably the biggest thing is just not fighting the tape, right? We all know these pullbacks, there's going to be opportunity to go long. I mean, just, the market's bullish overall, obviously. So the biggest thing, our job is to not try to pick the bottom here. Just got to wait, be patient. That's probably the hardest thing with this. Let's see, we have a long here. So, and again, like I always will mention, as you're in these trades, if it comes out of this GAN, taking half off, moving to break even. Yeah, just a great signal there. I mean, jeez. Look at that. You take off half and let's ride up. Just let it ride, So you're getting into almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, sometimes these overnight trades are just so okay. Oops, I gotta switch to short. And this is a loser. So we took a longer, maybe a bigger hit than I need to because I'm playing this fast, but just kind of luckily, in replay, you're not going to always get the slippage you would on live anyway. So that's why I play it fast, because I expect there to be more losers in a way on the trade. So yeah, we already kind of know this is going to happen away, because pretty soon, oh, shoot, I got to get the switch. Ooh, look at that. Switches color. Oh yeah, it'd be nice to get this indicator where you can just be brainless, just follow the indicator. That's the goal, just to get something that you can really trust. That's my game anyway. Just trying to, use micros. Get short. I already know it's going to blast off here pretty soon. Just kind of need to see. Switch. Yeah, switch to long. And then we already know what happens, obviously. Just kind of want to play it out to see. The other indicator was like 5K on 5 contracts, which I mean, you have to be somewhat reasonable. I can do that every day, of course, I wish. Yeah, look at that, this beautiful long signal right into the open. It's not fighting anything, it's just staying in the, I love indicators that stay, for the most part, in the trend. So this one does give you a reversal. And you look at it right at the again, so you'd probably be taking profit, and then it goes right back. It got in this a little bit late. Oh shoot, so a little short. Long. I'll probably close this thing out pretty soon, because let's see, let's play this out. It's one to turn over, but okay, so you get a short. Let's see how it handles. Ooh, shoot. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it does a pretty good job. Kind of, look at that, nice back down to the again. Pretty slick. Yeah, and just got to call it a day, because I think you have to be closed out by now anyway. How did this do? Yeah, I did play a little longer, so the win rate was a little less. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, hope you guys had a good Monday. Take care.